Hello there. All right, so the question is, what do you actually study for character design? Well, this weekend, on Saturday, I'll be running a live workshop with Brainstorm. I'll be drawing characters while also opening it up to taking on questions, so for Q&A. So for this video, someone in my last class session for Med's Map asked about how to study character design. Like, how do you actually do it? What are you supposed to look for? That kind of thing. So the video you're watching right now, it's me answering that question in class and laying out a bit of a map and guide of what you should expect to pursue to have a good grip on character design. So be sure to check out the link below for the workshop this weekend. I'll see you there, hopefully. As for now, a clip from class. The question was, since we talked about character design in the lesson yesterday, I wanted to ask how to actually study character design, like how to approach this kind of studies and what to look for. Do you have some tips on that? I do. So I think last time I did show what to put in your character design portfolio. So let's just make a quick map of like what I think you need to know for character design and like how to study it. So, all right. So the thing is, like, there's a full range. So there's stylized and there's realistic. Could be for games, movies, doesn't matter. So there's that range. But in order to do either of them, obviously you have to know anatomy, which is like specific muscles like the deltoid and the bicep and the tricep and pectorals and trapezius and the serratus anterior and I can go on, right? So find resources to study the muscles, both male and female. And if you can, study monkeys and creature design and all that stuff. So you have anatomy. Actually, I think I have a Gumroad that breaks down this anatomy pretty easily. So there's that. And then from anatomy, you should know how to do figure drawing. Because from figure drawing, you will get gesture, form, variety, poses. And poses is important because, like oftentimes you'll have like very stiff looking characters. And it's because, you haven't informed your, I guess, exposure and practice to like natural looking poses. And, you have like these kind of stiff looking stick figures. But if you, at the very least, just shift the shoulders and then the hips, you kind of get this gestural line. And that puts all the weight on this leg, which lets this leg go free a little bit. So there's like stuff like that you pick up from figure drawing. And then you can kind of find the gesture line and whatever. This kind of stuff will help make your character designs feel more alive, more appealing, and all that stuff. So that's anatomy, figure drawing, and then we have shape design. Shape design is far more important for stylized stuff, but it's still necessary for both, I believe. And then we're going to get into this chapter soon, but essentially you're going to be working with square, circle, and triangle and how to put those next to each other, like, big, medium, small triangles, right? Like there's a certain flow and, that's really important to learn. And from there, you need to study color, right? So color, we kind of went over that in this class, color palettes. I don't know how to spell palette. And so like I'd say that this is the foundation of like where to start, because from here I would say you should study specific artists. So copy your favorite artists. For me it was J. Scott Campbell, so J. Scott, and Joe Mad and Luke Hollis, Ian McCaig. And it's important to learn all of these things first so that what they're doing actually makes sense. Now granted, you could do it in any order, that's fine. You could just start by copying their work. That's how I learned. But if I was to do it again, I would try to learn these things first. And, anatomy, you have some sources like Bridgman, which I always forget how to spell, Hogarth. Hogarth is like overly weird and stylized, but it's like really useful to know the forms. And, what is it? Michael Hampton, Will Weston, Steve Houston. Actually, that's more figure drawing, but yeah. So it's like, study the foundations, study your favorite artists, and then once you've got that down, step 3 is pick a project. It might be your favorite indie game or favorite movie or favorite like whatever, and then like do your own take on those characters. Like you got the different archetypes. You have if, for example, let's say you do your own take on Lord of the Rings, but you want to do it a bit more whimsical or science fiction, like put a twist on it. You never know. So you have like the 4 archetypes of the hobbits, and then the dwarf, and then the wizard with the big hat, and then the skinny elf, but then you got the ranger with the cool flowing cape. Like, see what you can do by taking on a project that requires a bit of design. And that's where I'd say like this part specifically is the concept art job, where you're bringing creative ideas to something. Maybe it's something that doesn't even exist yet. This is just, for most art schools, they say, okay, pick a movie and make your own concept for it. Because you do learn a lot from that, or a game, but like all of this stuff is like learning the ropes of like the actual drawing and designing, not designing part, the drawing part, and then this is learning the design part. This is like literally having a blank sheet of paper or an empty table and bringing something new to it. That would be character design. Any questions on that?
On this project stuff, is it like redesign the existing stuff with a new plot, like taking Lord of the Rings but 2000 years in the future, or is it completely with new characters, just use the archetypes, for example?
That is up to what you prefer doing. Now, people who want to do sci-fi might do that. Say, okay, what does this look like in a space setting, a space opera, right? Or what if there's like a story in the Silmarillion, or however the hell you say it, that Tolkien wrote that sheds more light on where Gandalf comes from, and you want to illustrate that with all these new characters. Like, that's another way to do it. And I think I usually bring this up as a really good example. Let me pull up Marko Djurjevic's Orkin World, where they just came up with, like, for fun, there's all these like characters, and these are all the designs and iterations. And from here, they just did this fun world building. And from the designs, they made all these like story moments, just kind of sell the world a little bit more. Some nice lighting, which you all know how to do now. Halfway to black, add some cool values or cool colors in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, I would say, this is like taking it to the like very basic concept phase. No rendering at all. Just like line and color and value. You could take it to rendering. That's going to be up to you for your own portfolio. So, got it?
Yes. Can you actually put this sheet you just created in Photoshop in the Discord?
Nope, it's mine forever. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll put it in the Discord.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Do you have on your website? You have the sheet that has like all these character drawings listed into columns, which is you're like, look at this and draw all of them, but it's super pixelated, so I couldn't really see the characters. I was wondering, and I know this has been a while, do you maybe have that file like on?
Which, did you click the high resolution one?
Oh, the top left one. Yeah, I clicked the high resolution one too.
Down here?
I thought I did.
Yeah, they are pretty pixelated.
Okay, maybe I didn't click that one then.
Yeah, this one's pixelated as hell, but this one is more zoomed in.
Cool. Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Cool. Any other questions before we head out? All right. Guess we'll call it. All right.
I did have one more, if that's okay.
How dare you? Gods, remove him. Y'all did great. Great work. And I'll see you next week. All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks for the credit.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. So be sure to check out the links in the description for the upcoming live workshop this Saturday. And aside from that, have a good one.